Blessings and greetings. Greetings and blessings to those who are alive because we intend to stay alive. In this most existential moments when we intend to be configured to Torah Chaim, chunks of life, Torah Chesed, chunks of kindness, Torah Rachim, chunks of mercies. We're going to be gleaning inspirations from Hasidic discourse delivered by the Lubavitcher Rebbe in 1985, corresponding to Topshin Memhei 5745. I'm still alive. So 39 years later, we're commemorating the teaching from the Rebbe. Regarding the splitting of the Red Sea, one of the most intriguing narratives in the history of our people, and many other people from all the blessed children of Noah also find it very interesting, this story of the splitting of the Red Sea. Whether they just look at the pure scriptural interpretation, which is the simple tradition which needs deeper interpretation to the oral Torah tradition, whether from the great commentators from generations gone by, hundreds and thousands of years ago, to the inner dimension, which we're trying to deal with. So, if we're so enamored to learn about or fascinated by the story of the splitting of the Red Sea, perhaps this will entice us to want to look deeper into the subject matter. You don't have to agree with everything I'm going to say, but this is a Hasidic discourse, so we also believe for the simple faith that this came from a very holy place, this type of transmission of information, mostly supernatural, rational. We understand why the Sea of Reeds, which is the Yam Suf, which is the Red Sea, split into 12 sections, whereas in the future, the Euphrates River will split into 7. The spilling of the sea, or the splitting of the sea, corresponds to the spiritual service of the lower chariot of the world of creation, lower fear and lower service. This chariot experiences what's called the lower fear of God, performs the lower divine service. The term lower is used since as a mere radiation of God's light shines into the lower world of creation, Riyah. Souls and angels there are cognizant of this light. They experience awe because they understand the light must have a source which remains imperceptible. His service divides into exactly 12 parts. Regarding the 12 tribes of Israel, Moses said, quote, "These are the names of the children of Israel who were coming into Egypt," end of quote. In Jacob's time, they left Israel to descend into Egypt. The Zohar reveals that 12 tribes refer to the lower chariots, oxen of the world of creation, Abriya. At the time of the splitting of the sea, kingship had to facilitate the descent of emanations, revealed lights to the 3 lower worlds to reach the 12 tribes in the world of creation. He divided into 12 pathways, channels from above, to illuminate the Israelites with love, to share that love with the world. There's one destined for all of us if we choose in a peaceful, pleasant way. Tribal zones. The book of Numbers describes the arrangements of the tribes in the wilderness. They arrange into 4 groups, north, south, east, and west, and yet each set included 3 tribes. The Zohar illustrates this with a physical example. There are 3 sets of bones in the arm. Intelligence shines in the highest set. Fingers guide writing. Within the middle section, the emotions are enclosed. Action attributes are found in the bottom section. Tribal limbs. In the world of emanation, the right arm corresponds to the attribute of kindness, chesed. Like a physical arm, kindness itself is divided into 3 general parts. Within these 3 general parts are the 10 sfirot, the 10 conduits of symmetry, divine symmetry. The attribute of severity, gevur of emanation, is allegorized as his left arm. It too is subdivided into 3 parts. Emanation's right and left legs corresponding to the attributes of action receive the same treatment. In this manner, emanation's 4 main sfirot divide into 12 distinct subgroups. So it's the Shtei Mesri Alachson. The Jewish souls residing in their emanation source obtain their identity from its sfirot. They too are partitioned into 12 sections. And this initial configuration is reflected after they descend to the world of creation. The purpose of the splitting of the sea was to elevate the world of creation, to bind it to emanation. Bria to Atzilus. So the 12 tribes extent and creator had to rise and reconnect to their places of origin. That's why the sea split into 12 streams. Each tribe recorded its own path. If they took the wrong road, they'd reach someone else's soul source. So we're going to stop there, blessed souls. And again, I'd like you to go back to the scripture which talks about the splitting of the Red Sea and counterbalance it to what was just shared to you from a little piece of a Hasidic discourse by the Babel Rebbe, who, by the way, today happens to be before 122 years ago. It was 122 years ago today that the 7th Lubavitcher Rebbe, so you're going to let him, his marriage protect us, was brought into this world as a human being. Now is existing on the next level of life, and I won't even try to quantify what that means. But those were the words of the Rebbe, who was once asked by students, I think, of the Hillel organization in the 1950s, what happens after death? The Rebbe said, you should rephrase the question, what happens at the next level of life? Let's get the next level of life in the way of Ahava, Chad, one love, Gorelech, one destiny, all of us, Badach, a peaceful, pleasant way. Let's get the next smile with that award-winning smile.